Everybody's howling about Michelle Wolf and her appearance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Hello, this is comedian Jeff Big Daddy Wayne, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Big Daddy Knows and Big Daddy Does Know. And Big Daddy wants to talk about Michelle's appearance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and this idea, this buzz going around now that comedians are truth tellers. I've been watching these White House dinners for years. As a comedian, I'm interested. How do you approach this classy crowd, this smart crowd? And how do you make them laugh? And usually, when the comedian doesn't do well, I'm like, well, I know what they were going for. I didn't like what Don Imus did to President Clinton. I thought that was out of line, but who am I? Anyhow, I watched this. I've listened to the controversy. And there's two things I want to comment on. One is Brian Stelter comment that comedians are supposed to make you uncomfortable to think. And Judy Gold's idea that comedians are truth tellers. That's the big buzz. We're truth tellers now. I'm telling the truth. Now, let's start with Michelle Wolf. God bless her heart. Listen, don't blame her. Blame the people that booked her. A comedian has an act. You look at their act. Is this what we wanted our affair? Somebody decided they wanted her. Blame that person. She did what she does. That's as simple as that. That's Michelle Wolf. I enjoyed it when people said she was so brave, so brave. Yes, to stand up in front of a very polite group of people, well-dressed, and say those things. She was very brave. And she was very cutting edge, doing jokes that were anti-Trump, anti-Republican. No comedian does that these days, except Colbert and Myers and Oliver and Samantha Bee and Trevor Noah. Look, we've all heard it, and there were some cute things there this way or that way, but she's a smart girl. She has a show coming out on Netflix. Ooh, Michelle wants her name known. What else could do it but this? This is the way to go. And, she's joined the pack. Wolf pack, get it? And so we'll have Colbert, we'll have Myers, we'll have Samantha Bee, we'll have Oliver, we'll have Trevor Noah. One more will be added to the pack of comedians that get up night after night after night and do their cutting edge material. Donald Trump, Republicans, Christians, it's the same old thing. And hey, that's okay. That's the way it goes. Now I hear people say, well, we don't hear any Republican comedians. There are no conservative comedians. There are conservative comedians, and you can Google this if you want, because Google, of course, now is everything. It's the way we get our information, really, now. But, you can Google that. There's conservative comedians. Dennis Miller, Norm Macdonald, Michael Loftus, who's very funny, Evan Sayet, Chandra Pierce, Jeff Foxworthy, Tim Allen, Adam Sandler. Just Google it. You'll find all these people are right there. And you might say, well, why don't we see them on these shows? Because the gatekeepers of culture don't want you to hear them. And now you may be asking, well, why don't they want us to hear them? Well, Judy Gold, a comedian, was on with... I want to go back to Michelle Wolf for a minute. Brian Stelter on CNN, this was great. He said he was defending Michelle. And he said, a lot of people complained that they felt uncomfortable with her. And he said, but that's a comedian's job, to make you uncomfortable, to make you think. And I thought, really? I thought a comedian's job was to make you laugh. A comedian's job is to make you laugh. But Brian might have been right, because when I was watching her, I became very uncomfortable listening to that little girl voice spew that filthy language, and then I started to think, why am I watching this? Look, a comedian's supposed to make you laugh. Okay, now it becomes subjective. But let's say a comedian makes you laugh, and then the subtext is, what are they making me laugh about? Is it a prop comedian? Is it a comedian that talks to the audience? Is it a guitar act? Is it a comedian that talks about their life? A comedian that talks about family? A comedian that talks about their travels? Who knows? Comedy, like everything now, is very political. Lenin said everything must be political. And everything is political now. Our comedians have become political. Our political leaders have become comedians. It's very confusing, but I'm just offering my comments. Now let's go back to Judy Gold. Now Judy Gold said Comedians are truth tellers. This is a buzz going around now. Comedians are truth tellers. Oh my God. Again, I thought comedians were supposed to be funny. Hey, honey, get the iced tea, quick. The truth teller's on. Can't you see a marquee for a comedy club? Truth teller tonight at 9 o'clock. 2 cover minimum, $20 cover charge. What is this all about? What's happening? I think people that are comedians and say, I'm a truth teller are people that probably aren't that funny. How was the audience? They couldn't take it. I was telling the truth. But was your truth funny? And that's why you don't see those Republican comedians on these shows, because the open-minded people that are the gatekeepers of culture, the people that believe in diversity, they don't want to hear, I guess, those guys' truth. And that is the whole truth and nothing but. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a couple Michelle Wolf jokes. And listen, I don't think Michelle would worry about this because after all, she's on CNN. I'm on YouTube. What do we have, like 8 more viewers than, or I'm sorry, CNN has 8 more viewers than YouTube. And anyway, I was thinking of a couple of Michelle Wolf jokes like, did you see those eyelashes? Look like something the guy from Orkin would kill. If Michelle would have spent as much money on her writers as she did on her hair and makeup, she would have been a hit. How about this one? It's a shame Michelle wasn't a comedian back in the 80s when she could have done some blow. A brick of cocaine would have blown that septum wide open. That little whiny voice made me think Fran Drescher had a illegitimate child somewhere. So these are just jokes, but let's take our hats off to Michelle Wolf. Oh, she's figured it out. If you use vulgar language, if you use innuendo, you can become famous. Donald Trump did. She's figured it out. And let me just say this. This is the A material. And that's the truth. Did this make you think? Jeff Big Daddy Wayne, Big Daddy Knows. Subscribe.